It's January, it's the first week of January of 2026, and I'm sure your timeline is being filled with the best 10 online businesses to get into in 2026. The usual culprits, the drop shipments of the world, the trading, the AI business, call center stuff, the YouTube automation, the faceless content stuff, all that stuff. I'm sure it's all over your timeline at this moment. And you ever stop and wonder if this person is so profitable in such a small niche where there's a limited amount of people who are interested in said product or entertainment media, if this is what he's doing for money to keep up this huge lifestyle, why is he going to tell me, a random person on the internet, anything about how he's making his money? Now, the reason why they can do that and they will do that and continue to do that while they have these courses is they're making more money. And I'm sure you've also heard a lot of people say that they're making more money off of the information that they're selling rather than the business that they promote. So someone who's promoting the YouTube automation business has never showed you the exact YouTube channel that he runs and the back end and shows if it's actually in US dollars or not Zimbabwean dollars or some shit. So when they show you when you watch these videos and you see these guys promoting all these extravagant lifestyle and huge, because it seems all of a sudden since 2020, every single 20-year-old has the linen white shirt and a rollie on the wrist, and then they have $100,000 made every single month. It seems since 2020, all of a sudden the human race knows how to make 100K every single month. Now, I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying there aren't people who are doing it for real. There are a lot of legit guys out there. There are also a lot of fugazis. And what I'm telling you is the best way to actually make money like these guys is not to go ahead and buy the dropshipping course or buy the YouTube automation course or the AI automation course. The best thing to do is do what they do and not what they say. Do what they are doing. And what are they doing? They're selling information. You either do it two ways. You either go ahead and become the influencer who's selling the information, the YouTube automation course and whatever, get the basic information about it, or you work for them. You find a way to input yourself into this already, because the digital economy and the info business is going to generate about $1 billion or more dollars this year. Maybe $2, maybe $3, maybe $4, $5 billion this year alone from info products. So what you need to do, you do not have to be the merchant who's selling the gold or the digger of the gold or the whatever of the gold or the buyer of the gold. You could be the person who's selling the shovel, who's selling the barrels, who's selling the products or the things that are affiliated to the success of the machine. What is that for me? For me, that is sales. If you've ever tried to join one of those communities, the dropshipping guys or the AI automation guys, there's some way that someone else, aside from the actual creator, messages you, tries to close you and sell you on why the opportunity is something that you should actually consider. They also go in and show different tactics that we've shown on our channel, how to get you into the business. These guys that are creating these courses employ people like us or contract people like us to help get you to join the program. And it is not incumbent on me to know who's the sucker or who's not the sucker. My job is to get whoever is on the other line to buy the product of the influencer. How does this work? And by the way, it's a very, very profitable career path. It's 10K, 20K, 30, 40, 50K on the good side. And on the low end, the people who are account setters who are making 3 to 5K. On the lower end of the account setters are making 1.5, 2K every single month. And there's a huge opportunity to grow the more you understand how to sell to these people. So what am I saying? What am I saying? I'm saying ditch the info that the influencers are pushing down your throats and look at what they're doing, replicate it or join them. If you can't beat them, you join them. All right. So that is what Josh and I have been doing for the past 2-3 years in sales. but we've also been selling our own info products, which is about 5, 6 years in the making till now. A little background on that is Josh and I, we did start our first business as drop shippers. So we're actively doing drop shipping, and we scaled across, started in 2018. In 2020, we started making consistent 5K months, 7K months, 10K months, and we had a unique brand. I think if you scroll down on all our videos on this channel, you see a lot of how we did our drop shipping and what made it different. So we kept in about 80 to 85 to 90% profit margin. So the only bottom line we had with our strategy was the product. Anyways, aside from that, was we would go live on Instagram sometimes, or some people on YouTube will message us and, hey, we want you to share how you guys are able to get this kind of results. So we would go to those different YouTube channels, give an interview on how dropshipping is working for us and how we've been able to do it. I mean, we're very young. We're about 16 and 17. So 16, 17, about that age range. And we're able to do all those stuff. So it was really impressive and really cool to people. So we would get a lot of messages from people who want to get into dropshipping, and then we would sell to them. And then we learned the art of selling by selling our own product. So that was the catalyst for our sales career. And then we, after that, went into an actual direct sales for Forex and a crypto offer. It was more of a direct sales type of thing. So we were not having inbound leads come to us. So we had to go out, get the leads, close them, prospect them, follow up, all that stuff. We found the leads ourselves and closed it for a commission, which is really hectic. It's one of the hardest jobs to be able to do in sales, is finding the leads, closing them, trying to make them see the value of something within 5, 6, 7 minutes of something that they've had no prior knowledge about. So that was the hardest job. Everything else outside of having to close them is the hardest part, which is trust. And building trust on even as a salesperson is not that easy. So when it comes to remote sales or remote closing, is the trust factor is no longer an issue. There is still a place for trust, but it is not as forced as it is with having to go out and find the leads when it comes to these commission structures for, let's say, a real estate company, or that you have to find the leads yourself and the company doesn't give you the leads. So something that you are more or less renting the name of the company to be able to get money. Excuse me. So that's how we got into sales. So in comparison to this, I don't have to, or Josh and I, we didn't have to go out and find the leads. The leads came to us, they booked the call, we go in there and we have to niche down our process. So instead of me focusing on going from how to find prospect, how to find leads, because it's just also a good thing because it helps me have a lot of transferable skills, in the sense that a lot of these offers that you'll be working for, sometimes they might have dead leads. Because of the experience that we had with the direct sales offer for the first crypto stuff, we were able to get them those leads back and convert them into customers. So you have me starting from customer acquisition. I'm doing the job of the sales team. I'm also doing the job of the marketing team. I'm also doing the job of the account setter or the influencer himself. So I'm doing all the jobs of every single person. So, which makes me the best person to know how to close, because I already know the objections that came firsthand from the marketing side of things. Because another issue that usually happens is there's usually some miscommunication at the end, not on your end, but on the marketing end, which then trickles down into when you're closing. So you have to reconstruct whatever is happening. It's something if you're a sales closer, you understand what I'm saying. So that is how we're able to transfer those skills into our current role as remote closers. So we're able to do all of that. Now, for you can start as an entry level to sales, like go straight into closing if you just have the right, not even certification, but just the right sales training to become absolutely good. Now, the best way to go about it is not wondering or bothering about, I need to get an offer now. If you're not good at closing, you're not going to get an offer. And even if you do get the offer, you're going to get spit out probably 24 hours into having the job. So the best case scenario for you is to be undoubtedly good at closing a client than finding the clients, if you get what I mean. So your job is to get undeniably good, get as many sales training. I'm not saying join my training or whatever. Get as undeniably good at closing as you possibly can. Get training. If you can't afford the training, go ahead to YouTube and watch as many hours while writing down and studying and revisiting. Mastery is going to be the game. Mastery. You have to master and hone the skill. It's the only way you will succeed as a remote closer, is to actually be so darn good and undeniable. And also, I did find some roadblocks on my way, and I'm sure you will. But the truth is, you have to keep on improving your skill set. It's the only way you're going to succeed in the business, is to constantly improve on the skill set. All right. So if you guys want to hear more and you want to see the sales skills in action, if you actually go, I'm going to link one of the videos here is where we're handling objections and some of the questions from our students in the live call. It's on the channel. We'll also have 2 of those trainings, so you can go ahead and watch those, so you can see how you can actually go ahead and conduct some of your calls that you're having with your clients to see maximum results. Subscribe, like, and share. If you want more, if you want to book a meeting with Josh and I about your sales career, your remote closing career. And by the way, the only 2 reasons why you should look for a coach, all right? It's either you want to get better at sales or you want to know how to get better offers. If it's outside of those 2 things, I promise you, you do not need a coach. If it's outside of those 2 things, you do not need a coach, all right? Peace. Cheers.